Before I jump into the meat of this video, going over what the future of the Group Finder looks like from the New World devs, I just want to say, as a player, as a gamer, I absolutely appreciate their level of transparency and the information that they're willing to share with us. It's very refreshing. Whether you feel the same as me, just note that I really appreciate communication. I think it's a key, critical pillar in a MMORPG, in a games as a service game, when it comes to the player base and the people who are having fun. And that out of the way, hello everyone and welcome to the channel. My name's Brian if you happen to be new, and for returning subscribers, today you are just looking... I couldn't do it. You just guys are looking phenomenal. Thanks so much for tuning in. That's what you get for subscribing, by the way. Me tripping over compliments at the start of these videos. Now, this is going to be focusing on the latest dev blog regarding the Group Finder, and it's really going to focus in on where we're going next with the Group Finder. But as always, I want to jump into the core, the full post itself. If you guys want to jump ahead just for my thoughts, I'll try my best to make sure that it's in the YouTube playhead. But if I forget about it, you can always let me know and I can add it after once I get around to that. So anyway, greetings adventurers. We're excited to launch Group Finder from the PTR into live. With this devlog, we will share why the feature was delayed and what our development plans are for the future, especially after hearing player feedback. You can learn more about the Group Finder by following the link in the description of this video. Why the delays? We worked hard to make the original intended date, but new scale testing combined with player testing feedback revealed some feature quality issues we didn't want to ship. A beneficial side effect is that these tests that we created can equally be applied to other features that have similar communication patterns, improving our ability to find scale issues along with going forward. Delays aren't ever a goal, but we take them and only them when we have exhausted opportunities to achieve quality. Thanks for your understanding and continued feedback against that quality bar. Now, what is next? This is really the meat of it, but I will talk about delays and scale when it comes down to these kind of systems in a second. Thanks for our internal and PTR testings. We have an important player feedback where to go next with the Group Finder. The delays allowed us to fix critical bugs, and we will continue to make improvements on upcoming patches and releases. We've received a couple of points of feedback and echo our internal sentiment, primarily that while version 1.0 is a welcome addition to New World, it would be even better if they consolidated a screen that rolled up all group lobbies into a single menu with filtering and sorting enabled. That would be phenomenal. Absolutely. We are planning to roll out a version 1.1 in the future release to make quick improvements there. So it sounds like that's actually not that far off, and I think that's going to be a really good feature to have overall. When you're in the lobby, just have the fact that it shows up on your main menu. I was like, let's just cut to the chase. Let's see what's available. People are wanting to see what is going on. But anyway, they'll eventually also release a version 2.0, which will allow players to post to find groups for much more than just expeditions. More details to come. So I don't have an ETA on that, but that is also some of the massive feedback that I've actually provided on it. In the meantime, thanks for playing testing and sharing your thoughts with us. As you incorporate version 1.0 into your expedition runs, please continue to let us know how it can be improved using the in-game feedback tool or their official New World forums. And so on that note, when the feedback I had as like passwords, I said more content. Let me list that I'm doing a farming party. Let me list that we want to do open world PvP. I think there's a lot. Oh, you want to do a chest run? You know, like when you look at the things that kind of really constitute as content in the game, I think that would be really great. And in my mind, the best example is the Party Finder from Final Fantasy XIV. It's got multiple different types of tabs. It allows you to really kind of filter in on, you can see everything that's going on, or you could just see a couple of handful of things, as well as public and private parties. I think that would end up being really beneficial for helping people to jump into the content. It's easy also from my perspective as a content creator when streaming. And by the way, we stream on Fridays. If you want to come hang out in our Discord, you want to hang out in the live stream, all the information's in the description of these videos if interested. But on that note, like it'd be so much easier to be like, hey, Party Finder's up, just jump on in. We're doing this, group fills up, we're ready to go. Because if you haven't seen the Party Finder itself, the Group Finder has the ability to kind of assign a role. And this is where I really hope the system evolves. When we get loadouts, right now within the Group Finder, you assign yourself a role. I would love to see being able to build loadouts and assign those a role. And therefore, like it would automatically kind of match for that. It would automatically kind of slot myself in. Am I looking at doing a hybrid? Now, they have tank healer DPS, and that's kind of how the holy quote unquote trinity of the MMO world is. But when it comes down to it, I would really love to see hybrid style roles, like primarily tank, sub healer, or, you know, primary DPS. I can also do healing, or I can kind of do a little bit off tanking. And I think that would be something really exciting to see as this system evolves. And who knows where it could go from here. But obviously the fact that they're wanting to have that roll up lobby, which is great. That's exactly what I wanted. And also the ability to list for other things, non-expedition, that would also be amazing too. I think that those are two really important things. I'd love to know, specifically, always have a hard time with that word. What you guys think. Now, I'm not here to waste your time, so I want to talk a little bit about delays and scale. And I think essentially the fact that they've found and been able to create some tests to help with that at scale, hopefully that means that we can see less and less delays of these kind of updates. And obviously the connection I can see already that some gamers will make is like, well, that still doesn't prevent other kinds of issues from popping up. And no, it wouldn't. This is seemingly that they've created tests that operate on the core framework that is this communication layer. If you kind of start to segment systems within a game into various layers, like if we focus this on kind of communication and social, maybe this means that less bugs and less issues will be found within kind of that layer. And as they develop tests and new things, hopefully they can continue to refine the different layers for testing and checking so that bugs continue to get reduced. And that's why you end up seeing games that have been around a lot longer having less chance of having kind of these just silly little bugs that kind of keep popping up versus games that are relatively new and they tend to have a lot of updates. And this seems to be kind of a really true pattern for MMOs. You might say, hey, but it doesn't happen in this 10-year-old MMO. It's like, yeah, it doesn't now, but if you go back 10 years, like, yeah, there was updates flying out all the time to kind of address some of these concerns. And the goal is obviously to create a process to fix any issues that pop up before there are issues and essentially continue to refine that process. And that's what I'm reading from this post here as well. So it's kind of a twofold. Those are just my thoughts as well, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this little bit of a random video. I just saw it today. Really excited to see where the group finder's going. If you guys haven't seen it, is now live, like this video is kind of hinting at and talking about in the post. But I'm going to wrap up there, guys. Thanks so much for your time. Hopefully I'll see you in my next video. But until then, take care.
Yeah. It's time to chill out on the couch and read some comments. That's right. You know me when it comes to Destiny. I'm off with the clan, and I'm glad you're feeling better. Oh yeah.